but you can still right-click. But just
yeah.
something newer players didn't know is once it hit 100%,
Yeah.
it's like, what do I do with this now
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this
yeah.
result?
Exactly. So it shows you, it gives you at least a hint of what what you can do with it. So someone is asking whether double clicking on signatures will always center it now. Is that?
Yes.
Yes, I believe for the spheres and the rings, those are not working just yet. We can't show that, but it'll focus on the center of those. So you should be able to just focus on any. It's the same with double clicking on a planet or one of the probes.
Okay. This is awesome.
Because once you zoom in to quite a detailed level, it's the tiniest movements of your camera really, move the map about.
Yeah. So there was a question about skills, scanning skills. Is that something that you guys have been touching on?
We did change the astrometric skill mainly because we're now launching 8 probes. We had a look at what to do with that. It gives slight bonuses to the rest of the skills. We've listened to the player feedback again on that. Our initial values were a little high. We scaled them back a bit. I can't remember the current implementation. I think we just changed them again yesterday. But we have turned them back a bit, especially with the introduction of these new scanning modules, as well as the virtue implant set. So those will still give pretty good bonuses for already.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also maybe worth noting that astrometric is now given to players as like a basic skill, same as mining and gunnery.
So scanning is seen more as a basic thing in the game.
Yes, and it's one of those primary activities you can do in the game, and it should be. It's maybe not surprising, but a game that features a vast universe, that space that a lot of people want to explore.
Yeah. And I mean, it kind of makes sense. When you come into the game, there's some basic professions that are hinted at, and you're led to in various ways. And I mean, exploration is supposed to be one of those. And
exactly, and the kind of career agent was just not up to scratch. It didn't do a great job at just telling you like how much is out there. It didn't prepare you well enough. Something that we lacked was we didn't give you the modules at the start, the civilian modules, very well. That was handled through tutorials, and people sometimes skip those. So you'll encounter those in your first mission. You'll get all of them together, and your ship will be ready to go. So you can get through that at the start as a new player.
All right.
So.
That's I like that. I like that. So we're gonna get in a couple of minutes. We're gonna get CSB Beric. He wants to talk about this also a little bit.
Yes.
Talk about these sites because he's a sites guy.
He's a genius.
He likes sites. He likes to put things in space. Maybe I want to mention a few things about the new EVE store. Use this shamelessly used opportunity to point all of you to the new EVE store. You've seen I had this T-shirt here, and it's been on the table. But what is under the shirt? That's what everybody wants to know. So under the shirt, we have the first ever prototype of the Rifter. That's going to be a part of the collector's edition.
And that's a gift to the guests.
We'll talk about it after the show. Yeah. So this here's a prototype, and it looks pretty cool. It's a Rifter model. Everybody loves the Rifter. You know, I can play with it now. Shoot that Team Super Friends and stuff. But here you also have some USB ports in the back, so you can use this as a USB port. That's pretty cool. So this will hopefully be on the desk of every EVE player come fall when the collector's edition goes out to players. You can pre-purchase it now. It's store.eveonline.com. Yes, that's it. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's easy to remember. I almost remembered it even myself, which is pretty cool. And also, I got one of these shirts. This is a new shirt from the 00 collection. That's also available in the store. These are like really high quality, and I really like it. My lawyers, told me I had to mention that these guns are not included. But everything else is included. It's a good stuff. So everyone go get it. And I'm just gonna let you guys in on my secret plan because I trust you and I know you won't tell anyone. But my plan is this: that you go, each one of you goes to the store and buys at least one thing tonight, so that tomorrow morning, when the marketing guys look at the numbers, they see that I made them like $1 million, and I will get a huge raise and a nice car or something like that. So help me do that, and yeah.
Really, the least you could
Some
do.
players are asking if this is your sword.
Yes, this is actually my sword, delivered for 10 years of service, 10 years of CCP and DEVE Online. It's pretty cool. It's razor sharp, so I'm not gonna swing it around too much, but it's fun. I have to try chopping up some melons with it someday or something.
Or, you know, take a trip to Mordor.
Yeah, if I ever need to take a trip to Mortar, I mean, I'll be sure to bring this with me.
Okay.
So we have CCP Batik with us here. Welcome again. So what can you tell us about all these cool sites?
The site,
Gravimetric.
yeah, the gravimetric site. To answer that, we were even having discussions about removing them. I found that a tad drastic at the moment. But one of the things and the points behind the expansion we're doing is having more people in space and the options of interacting with them.
Yeah.
And we kind of decided asteroid belts were one of those interaction places. I know it's a nerve for some people that like their safety and like hidden and things like that. But we decided that like there would be a couple of places where people would be interacting. And so we should facilitate that.
Yeah.
And taking the gravimetric sites into the sensor sweeper was a step in that direction.
Okay. So have you been making any other changes to sites worth mentioning?
Ooh, yeah, well, what haven't we done? Yes, as I say, we moved everything to the sensor overlay, and now we're forming plans how to move more information there. For example, later on, like the Cosmos sites, the agent sites, and things like that. So the idea is, long-term project is to take stuff from the overview and actually graphically represent them in space.
Yeah,
So-
that's really cool because like as useful as the overview is,
Yep.
we don't want it to be like overly cluttered and used
Yeah.
for everything, and
Yeah.
it's good for some things, but we want more things in space.
Exactly, and like people should be interacting, or in this case, shooting each other through the overview,
Yeah.
and they shouldn't be using the overview as a warp to mechanic in that sense.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
also, we have the same icons for side node beacons as many of these sites, which gets confusing. So I think this is one of those lessening the load of the overview. I think is just a good thing because we want people targeting each other and shooting each other through the overview, and they like that should be its primary function.
Yeah, that's I absolutely agree with that. That's a very good policy. So you guys, any other things that you have been like fiddling with or changing or working on for this great expansion?
There's so many. I mean, CCP Tallest just sent the team the patch notes for just our team,
Yeah,
and it was 4 pages long.
4 pages.
Just our team. There's so much stuff in there that I can't remember everything.
Yeah.
So it's been a long release, but I think players are going to be pretty happy with just how much stuff is in there.
Yeah. Any things that didn't make it into this expansion that we might see in the next point release, something like that from you guys? What are you going to be working on like next after Odyssey goes out?
There's plenty of things. I think
I suppose all chances are we'll be iterating on the probe scanning, where that will be expanding it into a whole new dimension as well, or you know, fixing up some usability issues. It remains to be seen, and it also remains to be the feedback we get once this go live.
yeah. I mean the players are so vocal on this change in particular. We've just been prioritizing just exactly how much they're talking about, and it's like this is something we need to address straight
Okay.
away. This maybe we can wait. But yeah, I think we've got a really good, really good changes of stuff we really want to get through.
Okay. So someone was asking if wormhole and gas sites would be 100% signatures.
So, wormhole asteroid belts become now anomalies. Gas sites still stay as signatures. So you can gas as much as you want in safety until someone probes it down.
Okay. But you always have to be aware of the risk.
Like this is dangerous space,
Yeah.
and no one should be there and like thinking he's in safety.
Eve isn't the kind of place for people who want to be alone in the world and not have to risk interacting with other people.
No, I think you picked the wrong game if that was the intention.
Yeah. I think that's always really cool. So even if you find places that are like where you're unlikely to get caught, that doesn't mean you can't get caught. Because if you found the site, someone else can also.
And also, like we have these risks in high sec. I had a pumping experiment with a friendly, not so nice person.
Okay.
And like it's amazing how you can pump people. So like even in the safety of high sec, like other players can bother you.
Okay.
They just can't shoot you without consequences.
Yeah.
But like as I say,
they can bump you all around the place and disturb your
activity.
Yeah. So do we have anything other to show before we move on to other segments?
I don't think so. I think the hacking guys.
The hacking guys are going to cover that.
Yeah.
So we're going to have some more of that. Maybe we should go and take a look at some ships.
Okay.
I thank you guys for coming. It's been great to see this. These are wonderful mechanics. And put it there, put it there. All right. Okay. So we'll cut to CCP Fossey and CCP Bro, who are going to be talking about ships.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. We're here to show you some of the other ships that we've rebalanced in Odyssey. There's a total of 40 ships, either completely rebalanced or added new in Odyssey. And one set of them is our Tech 1 battleships, as well as our Navy battleships. And so we're going to show you a couple of these very, very cool ships. And we'll show you our terrible piloting once again and maybe overheat everything. Although SOX 4 isn't here, so you know, be a problem. I think you'll need a CPU implant for that one.
You're gonna need to spawn it for me if I don't have any roles on the test server.
Okay, why don't you switch to another one of the ships for now?
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of different ships here. I'm going to show you the new Typhoon. This is one of the ships that we've changed very significantly in Odyssey, and it's a ship that is now a full missile boat. It used to be split between missiles and guns. Now we've dedicated it to missiles, given it stronger missile capabilities. The fleet version is still a split weapon boat in its own special, much better way. But this ship, I think, is something people are going to be very excited about, especially combined with our newly buffed cruise missiles. I've got this thing set up in a somewhat comedy fit for running around 1v1ing. So I'm going to go ahead and undock here in Polaris.
So where are we meeting up?
Let's head to Belt 1.
Belt 1.
Yes. I'm on my way over there, as you see the scan sweep going across for both of us. I'm going to switch my missile types. It's the first time logged into this account as a machine. So all the overview's wrong, but that's fine.
Are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be. Come on in. So, bro, you're here with a Balgorn, eh? So what did you?
Yes.
How did you get a hold of these ships?
I used the same tactic as SOX 4 used yesterday. He had players on the test server trade him ships. I had some interesting fits on some of those ships. For instance, I got a full Smarty Foon, which is not going to be really useful.
Not really in a battleship 1v1.
Yeah, no,
but,
probably not.
We'll
So
see.
there you
I'm
are.
going to need to get some distance fast because you have a lot of newts. Oops. So the Balgorn, not actually a ship that we rebalanced in this expansion, but it is a very cool ship. And you've got me webbed. That's
Oh, yeah.
ideal.
I can see that if they just switched to my screen, the chat must have been screaming that I should have turned on my DCU because I did not have it on.
Well, what I'm going to do is moonwalk right on out of here with the micro jump drive.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those.
I also don't have a sensor booster, so I can't lock you at this range.
I'm coming for you.
I'm just going to sit here and get my cap back.